You know, one of the things I couldn't figure out is why these gang stalkers have so much power and why they have, you know, like they have all the money and all the great stuff that we see that they have. You know, that was one of the things that I've actually been trying to figure out ever since I noticed I was a targeted person. So let's look at how I'm being treated as opposed to the gang stalkers. And this is what I want to cover in this vlog. My treatment as opposed to the gang stalkers. I've thought about this a lot. I'm not even joking when I say that the gang stalkers live pretty good lives. They live pretty good lives. I mean, these would be pretty comfortable people. The world tells them that their contribution to society is so great that they have to be shielded and protected. That's how great their contribution is to society. That's what the world says. You know what the world tells us? The world says if you get up and you work 8 hours, you deserve what you get. And everybody kind of thinks like that. Like, that makes sense. Don't you guys think like that? Any person who gets up and goes to work every day has value. But do they really have value? And I know I'm going to just give you guys a trigger warning. You might be triggered by what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. So if you're easily triggered, you might not even want to, you might want to just go ahead and just like not listen to the rest of this. Because it's the truth. The reason why I'm saying this is because I think that at some point we're going to have to accept the reality of the situation and the reality of how things are. So everybody thinks that if you get up and you work 8 hours, your contribution matters. So let's assume you didn't do that. Let's assume that you painted or did something, you know, like that, like you sculpted a monument or something. Well, I don't know. I mean, is there value to that? Possibly. I don't know. People, maybe there's value to that. So what a lot of people don't understand is the politics behind everything that we see. There's always politics behind it. So that makes sense. But you ever ask yourself, well, why does that? Why is it important for people to get up and work 8 hours every day? Well, because they're contributing, right? That makes sense. They're contributing, which they are. Well, I mean, they're doing something, and that makes sense. So most people would stop right there. Did you know that we actually don't need a lot of the people that get up every day and go to work? We don't even need them to do that because they could be replaced with technology. Let me give you an example of this. So Republicans are saying that they're going to pass a bill that protects these people's jobs. They want to pass a bill that protects these people's jobs because we don't need them. So the bill is designed to make it so that we don't replace 18-wheelers and bus drivers with automated Tesla vehicles. So the technology exists for us to replace people. Like we could replace fast food workers with artificial intelligence and robots. We can replace so many of these people. Like the gang stalker. Who do you think gets replaced if automation takes over? Or AI takes over? So we're going into AI technology. Since we have AI technology, all of the gang stalkers' jobs go away. There's nothing for them. They have no job. We don't need bus drivers. We can replace them with Tesla buses. They'll drive with artificial intelligence. They can drive themselves. We're already almost there. It's just a couple bugs to work out and it'll be perfect. We get them on the road. We would replace these people's entire lives. Replace their entire lives. It'll be like nothing that they do will have any benefit to anybody because we don't even need them. They cannot bring anything to the table that is worth anything at this point. Nothing. Gang stalkers, their value is zero. But nobody wants to say that because it's hurtful. So we tell them that they're worth more than Nikola Tesla himself. Nikola Tesla, everything he did was revolutionary. But, you know, he didn't work hard. He didn't get up. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't even call it work hard. He didn't get up and do something that nobody needed him to do, like the gang stalkers. They get up every day and do stuff that nobody needs them to do. We're holding ourselves back so that these people can have jobs. We're actually holding ourselves back. We would be better off if we didn't have to provide them jobs. Like these automated cars wouldn't even get in accidents as often. It's actually safer to replace bus drivers and 18-wheelers with artificial intelligence because it would make less mistakes, less likely to get in an accident. So if we replace the bus drivers and the 18-wheeler drivers, we're better off. They don't fall asleep, they don't get drunk, they're less dangerous, so we're better off. So why wouldn't we do that? Oh, because gang stalkers' feelings. Their feelings. We have to make them feel like they're contributing, right? They got up every day and they went to work. So that's what's important here, right? So they have worth because they got up and did something that nobody even needed them to do. If I did anything at all, I would have done more than them. I mean, this vlog is more of a contribution than any gang stalker will ever contribute in his entire life. That's it. So the problem is that what people tell you and how things actually are two separate things. Everybody is so worried about these people's feelings that they're denying how it actually is. I'm not saying we should get rid of their jobs, but we shouldn't be treating them as if they're royalty because they went out and did something that nobody needed them to do, is the point. The only thing they do is tear people down and commit crimes and make everyone's life miserable. That's their only contribution to society at all. The gang stalkers, what do? They join gangs. Do we want gang members? Is that why they're so valued? They're valued because they joined a gang and started terrorizing American citizens for no reason. I mean, we're rewarding them. I mean, look at everybody out here. They say this guy got up every day and worked blah, 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 blah. I was like, did you know that we didn't need him to do that? But the reason he did that is because politics. Like, let's assume that we didn't care about the politics. Well, we would just replace him with AI-controlled Tesla vehicles, and that's it. He wouldn't have to do that. So what he does in his life doesn't matter to anybody, really. And we're better off like that. It's just the truth. I'm not saying we should do that. I'm just saying their contribution is meaningless. I mean, we give people jobs because we try to be nice by giving them a job, making them feel important. But it's not the truth. We don't need these people. We don't need them. Nothing that they do contributes to society. Society just tells them that because they get up and do something that, I don't know, that we say they should, and we don't even know why we want them to do it. I don't know why we want him to get up and do a job that nobody needs him to do. I don't know why. It's just that people are dumb. I don't know if people are dumb. Like, we have to create jobs for these people. We create jobs. Like, we don't want to use technology just so these people can feel important. So, gang stalkers. Gang stalkers are a complete burden to society. Not saying that all bus drivers are bad people, all people working in fast food restaurants are bad people. I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm just saying that if you work this job, don't think that you're better than somebody who's not working at all, because you're not. Because you're not contributing to anybody. You're holding us back, if anything. We can replace you. And it wouldn't affect us. Our lives are better if you get replaced. We provide you jobs because you need a job, not because your job helps everybody else. Your job does not help everybody else. You're not doing anything that helps anybody with what you do. Nothing you do makes anyone's life better. I just wanted to be honest with people. The reality of the situation is these mediocre people are neither attractive or smart or good, meaning that they bring nothing positive to the table. Not even their worthless job matters. Not even their worthless job. If we weren't trying to protect their jobs, we would have safer roads, better quality food, everything would be better. We give them jobs because they need jobs. So we are providing them a service. They're not providing us as a civilization a service. They provide us with nothing but hardship and misery. They might as well not do anything. I was like, well, just don't let them do anything. Don't let them do anything. And let's just go ahead and replace them and just let them sit at home. I mean, their contribution doesn't change anything. It's not making our lives better. I don't know why we insist that they get up. I say let the gang stalkers sit at home. They might actually have become gang stalkers because they know that at some point their jobs become obsolete. So they're just kind of just, you know, they're ahead of the curve. They're just like, okay, well, our job is no longer needed, so we better get into something else. Now we're going to work for rich people as low-level thugs. They're already starting. They moonlight as thugs. But when they're replaced by technology, because we all figure out that their contribution to society is basically completely meaningless. 20 years of work, meaningless. So the point is that these people are not contributing to society. Society is contributing to them. And that's all of them. There's so many of these people. So like what I'm saying is that society should look out for you, but don't think that what you do matters and it makes you better than anybody, because they're not better than anybody, because we do not need them. We are providing for them. That's why they have a job. That's it. And that's all these thugs. I was like, thug, the United States babies you and provides for you. You don't provide for society. Society provides for you. We are literally holding ourselves back so you could have a job that we don't even need you to have at this point. We replace all of you with artificial intelligence, and that's just how it is. So I just wanted to put that message out there. It's messed up as it sounds. That's how it is. And you know, you can't think like that. That's why I was just like, everybody, we're all on the same page, whether you're working, not working, what you're doing. It doesn't really matter unless you're doing something exceptional, unless you're like a intellectual or something. You provide something that, I don't know, or an inventor or something, I don't know, artist maybe, you paint the next Picasso, I don't know, something great, something no one else can do that we can't, you know, technology can't give us. But that's my point of view. Anyhow, with that said, let me go ahead and close.